Academy. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about a very important report about the status of minority in India. And this is not about all minorities, this is about one specific, or I would say the largest minority group in India, that is Muslims. Okay? So the stock take of government policy, what has this report assessed? और सबसे पहले इस क्वेश्चन को आंसर करते हैं कि इस रिपोर्ट को किसने बनाया. This report has been created by somebody called Center for Development Policy and Practice. Center for Development Policy and Practice. और ये जो organization है, this is an independent organization. This is not affiliated to any government institution या किसी भी government autonomous, non-autonomous किसी भी तरीके की body से इसका link नहीं है. But this body is very important क्योंकि ये policy initiatives देती है. This gives ideas to the government कि सी इस social sector में आपको और steps लेने चाहिए. In this social angle, you should be taking more steps in reservation, in let's say minorities में, linguistic issues में. How do you deal with poverty? How do you deal with health issues? How do you deal with educational issues? इन सब के लिए policy का ideas देती है, ठीक है? Suggestions to the government. Now that was a brief introduction about this body who has given this report. What have they discussed? In this report, they have discussed the stock take of the government policies. Ki what has been the government policies for minorities most recently, and on the basis of what is the government's agenda, what is the current status of minority, उन दोनों की basis पे what should be a future course of action, इसे 7 steps में बताया गया है. Put forth 7-point roadmap कि आपको फ्यूचर में minorities के लिए ये एक्शन लेने की जरूरत है. That is what has been demanded by this report. ठीक है? So this report is very important. This is not a religious organization. Very importantly, this is not even a political organization. This is a policy making body. ठीक है? So ये सबसे पहले ये एनालाइज करते हैं कि ये किन 4 एंगल को एनालाइज करिए. There are 4 themes, 4 broad pillars along which this report has been taken up. The report is basically assessing the affirmative action कि जो भी affirmative action government minorities के लिए लेना चाह रही थी उसको हम लोग assess करेंगे. ठीक है, उसको assess करेंगे along these 4 pillars. What are those 4 pillars? पहला कि changing nature of state का nature change हो रहा है. ठीक है, so we do have some new emerging problems. ठीक है, there are some changing nature of the state कि state के लिए ये अभी ज्यादा important है, state के लिए अभी ये angle deal करना ज्यादा important है. So currently there is some change going on in the nature of the state. So on that basis we will be deciding what will be the course of minorities. ठीक है, आगे future में कैसे इनसे deal करना होगा, that will be deciding. Secondly, contemporary policy and implications. अभी आपके जो भी policies हैं उनके क्या क्या implications minorities पे पड़ सकते हैं, that also we will be analyzing in this report. Third important pillar is educational and economic status. What is the current educational status of Muslims and what is the economic status of Muslims in India currently? ठीक है, and fourth and final thing that we will be discussing will be expectations, aspirations, and most importantly the anxiety of Muslims. कि Muslims के बीच में क्या उम्मीद है सरकार से, what do they have expectation with the government, what are their aspirations, where they want to head to, and lastly कि उनको किन किन चीजों से अभी anxiety feeling हो रही है with respect to the government. ठीक है, along these 4 pillars the reports was analyzed and the reports were something like this. Talking about the educational status, we are discussing just the summary of the report, that the educational status they are saying that it is very likely that किसी भी तरीके से अगर ये लोग स्कूल में एनरोल भी हो जाए, बिकॉज हमारा ग्रोस एनरोलमेंट रेशियो इज क्लोज टू 100%. ग्रॉस एनरोलमेंट रेशियो इज क्लोज टू 100%. इसका मतलब एवरीबडी इज एनरोलिंग इनटू स्कूल इन प्राइमरी लेवल, बट सेकेंडरी लेवल आते आते, हायर एजुकेशन आते आते दे आर ड्रॉपिंग आउट. ठीक है, ईदर ड्रॉप आउट हो जा रहा है या फिर सेकेंडरी एंड हायर एजुकेशन में दे आर नॉट एनरोलिंग इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, इफ वी गो बाय स्टैटिस्टिक्स, this is about graduates, but if we go by the Muslim students who drop out at the secondary level, ठीक है, in South India this is the condition, in North India this is the condition कि this is the total number of females who are dropping out and this is the total number of females who are dropping out. So more number of females are dropping out in the North India and relatively less number of females are dropping out in South India as compared to males. ठीक है? So that is a report which is saying कि South India में males ज़्यादा drop out कर रहे हैं, females are still continuing, but in North India females are dropping out more and males are still continuing in education in secondary level of education. इसका मतलब class 8 के बाद, ठीक है? Talking about the graduates का proportion, हमारे पास जितने भी graduates हैं उसमें what proportion is Hindus, what proportion is minorities, ठीक है? Talking about Hindus, हिंदू में general in general इस age group में if we talk about graduates तो in general they are 18.6%, ठीक है? 20 to 30 years में 18.6%, but Muslims 20 to 30 years में it is only 4.5%. मतलब we have a very small percentage of population who are completing their graduation, ठीक है? और ये परसेंटेज उन्हीं के स्टेटस के कंपैरिजन में लिया गया, मतलब out of the total Muslims only 4.5% are graduates in the age group of 20 to 30. Out of the total Muslims close to 20% are graduates in Hindus, ठीक है, in the age group of 20 to 30. इसका मतलब कि we are not comparing them with the total population, we are comparing them with their population itself, और उसमें ये percentage is not sufficient for Muslims. तो इसका मतलब उनका प्राइमरी एजुकेशन में एनरोलमेंट हो रहा है लेकिन सेकेंडरी में नहीं हो रहा है, हायर में नहीं हो रहा है, दे आर नॉट कंप्लीटिंग देयर ग्रेजुएशन. So obviously because they have not completed their education at very high level, तो उनका higher levels पे leadership roles पे representation कम हो जाएगा, ठीक है? If we go by the job market, कि कितना presence है of employment, what is the penetration of employment amongst Muslims? तो white collar jobs में भी understood कि presence बहुत कम है, and the reason being that they are not getting educated, they're not they are not getting upskilled, ठीक है? So white collar jobs में overall low representation है, but all in all अगर बात की जाए तो overall material में deprivation है, material assets मतलब immovable properties, इसमें इनका asset generation is very low, ठीक है? So material asset में deprivation है for Muslims in general, ठीक है? And third important thing which was reported by this report कि all social religious groups में हम लोग देखे हैं कि labor market में presence बढ़ा है, majority of the people got enrolled into labor force, but ये जो everybody has increased in their presence in labor market, everybody has shown growth, but Muslims का growth is minimal. इसका मतलब their presence in the job market is also very low, ठीक है? Talking about rise in LFPR stands for labor force participation ratio for Muslims. Labor force participation ratio comparing 2017-18 to 23-24. In Christianity it is 39 to 47, in Hinduism it is 37 to 46, but in Islam it is 31 to 38, ठीक है? तो this is the growth in LFPR, ठीक है? और ये ग्रोथ इस्लाम में बहुत कम हुआ है, इसका मतलब their presence in the labor market is not sufficient. We need to put in more efforts so that their employment status can be improved, ठीक है? अगर salaried jobs की बात की जाए, so how many किस religion का presence सबसे ज्यादा है in salaried employment? Regular wage salaried employment में Christians are maximum, ठीक है? But in self-employed we have huge number of Muslims and to some extent we do have good number of Hindus also, ठीक है? So we do have good number of Hindus, but large number of Muslims are also present in self-employed people, ठीक है? But talking about casual labor में more or less everybody is same excepting Sikh are much more in the casual labor, ठीक है? इसका मतलब all in all their presence in job market is not sufficient. We need to increase their presence in the job market, ठीक है? तो on the basis of educational status, economic status, what is the current changes going on within the government, changing nature of the state, and on all of these four pillars, the report says that we will be recommending to the government कि government का जो affirmative action होना चाहिए, it should be based on two lines, two-pronged approach होना चाहिए. What are the two-pronged approach? अप्रोच नंबर 1 इज स्ट्रॉन्ग सेक्युलराइजेशन ऑफ सोशल पॉलिसी, कि आप सोशल पॉलिसीज, आप कुछ हमें रिजर्वेशंस देते हो, मुस्लिम्स आर ग्रांटेड रिजर्वेशंस अंडर ओबीसी, ठीक है, बट वी वांट सेक्युलराइजेशन ऑफ दिस सोशल पॉलिसी. And second thing that the report has demanded, that we want to give an official positive image of the practices that are followed in Islam, of the Muslim cultural identity को एक positive and non-discriminatory image देना होगा. Government must take up steps to give a positive image to Muslim cultural identity. And how do you do this? For that, they have given a 7-point approach. What are the 7-point agenda? पहला, रिमेंबर कि स्ट्रॉन्ग सेक्युलराइजेशन ऑफ पॉलिसी होना चाहिए, सोशल पॉलिसी का स्ट्रॉन्ग सेक्युलराइजेशन होना चाहिए. मतलब वी नीड टू मूव अवे फ्रॉम दिस आइडिया ऑफ रिजर्वेशन बेस्ड ऑन रिलीजन, ठीक है. और इससे बाहर निकल करने के लिए उनका रिकमेंडेशन क्या है? Point number 1, that you are giving us reservation on the basis of religion, because we are OBCs, because we are Muslims, so we will be granted reservation under OBC. But they want to move away from this. No need for a religion based quota under the OBC category, ठीक है. लेकिन SC कैटेगरी में दलित मुस्लिम्स, दलित क्रिश्चियंस, इफ दे आर पुअर, फॉर एग्जांपल आप सोशियो इकोनॉमिक डेप्रिविएशन के बेसिस पे किसी को ओबीसी स्टेटस देना चाहते हो, देन यू कैन गिव. If you want to give OBC status to a section of society on the basis of socio-economic deprivation, it is all fine, but should not be based on religion. That is the first recommendation. The second recommendation that they are saying, कि Dalit Muslims and Dalit Christians, because their socio-economic deprivation is extremely high, deprivation is very very high, तो we need to grant them SC status, उनको SC status देने की जरूरत है, ठीक है. प्लस जो आपका करंट 50% कैप है, 50% कैप दैट वी हैव गिवन फ्रॉम इंदिरा साहनीज जजमेंट, कि 50% से ज्यादा आप रिजर्वेशन नहीं दे सकते हो. ऑल्दो इस 50% को हम लोग, हमारी सरकार, द करंट गवर्नमेंट हैज रिमूव्ड कि ये 50% रिजर्वेशन हम लोग नहीं देंगे, दे विल नॉट बी ग्रांटिंग द रिजर्वेशन. तो ये 50% लिमिट पे नहीं रहेंगे, दे विल बी ग्रांटिंग 60% रिजर्वेशन. सो एग्जिस्टिंग 50% एंड 10% ऑफ ईडब्ल्यूएस, दैट इज व्हाट द गवर्नमेंट हैज स्टार्टेड टू गिव. They are recommending, the report recommends कि ये 50% cap that we are following from Indira Sahni's government or restricting yourself to 60%, इससे हमें बाहर निकलने की जरूरत है. We need to move away. It must be re-evaluated whether a particular section of society genuinely needs reservation or not. That needs to be recalibrated, and then we need to find out कि ये 50% limit को रखने की जरूरत है या नहीं, or we need to move away from this. ठीक है. Apart from this, there are, so these three were regarding reservations. The report most importantly was trying to say कि the recommendations are beyond reservations. See, one of the first recommendations that we saw कि आप OBC के basis पे, मतलब religion के basis पे OBC reservation दे रहे हो, नहीं, this should not be correct, this is not correct. You need to give a secular OBC reservation on the basis of socio-economic deprivation. So this is showing कि the report's recommendations are genuinely along this fact कि reservations से beyond भी हमें कुछ और सोचने की जरूरत है, ठीक है. So what other things are recommended by this report? Very importantly, we have transformation of aspirational districts program, TADP, ठीक है. TADP को merge कर दीजिए with minority concentration districts, because your aspirational districts program is talking about improvement along socio-economic indicators of the aspirational districts, and because your concentration minority concentration districts are all those districts जहाँ पे कि socio-economic indicators are very very low, so let us merge these two and execute the program, ठीक है. ये वही areas हैं जहाँ हमारे socio-economic indicators weak हैं, and these are those districts which you want to create as an aspiration, मतलब एक ideal बनाना चाह रहे हो इन सभी districts को, so let us merge these two districts, ठीक है. The next recommendation is assessing the problems of occupation, कि अगर Muslims का job market में presence low है, तो इसका मतलब we need to first find out कि Muslims का presence in which all occupation is there, and उसमें occupation में whatever be the problems, that problems we need to solve so that Muslims can be more and more represented in the job market. That is the next recommendation. One more recommendation is private sector का involvement in overall community development has to be enlarged, ठीक है. Private sector must also take up some initiative for the overall community development. And last recommendation is कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, ओवरऑल हमें अपस्किल करना होगा, ट्रेन करना होगा, एजुकेट करना होगा टू द मुस्लिम्स, ठीक है। So these are the 7 lines along which the reports have come up, along the lines of education, in terms of capacity building, in terms of involvement of private sector, in line of improving the job market. हमें उस सभी sectors के problems को resolve करना पड़ेगा, और government की जो policy है that should merge TADPs to the minority concentration districts. Apart from this, some recommendations they have given with respect to reservations also, ठीक है। These are just the recommendations. We will have to wait till the government analyzes these reports and ponders upon which recommendations can be accepted and which cannot, ठीक है। So with that we come to the end of this video. I wish you all the very best. If you have any doubt, please do let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much.